The speech will start within 3, 2, 1. It is ironic that a place that should be a safe place for animals turned into the one that tortured them. A zoo is an artificial place where we gather many kinds of animals to live in a cage and being an amusement for visitors who come there. Why we, as the government side, decided to ban zoo? We will provide 3 strong points that we'll elaborate later. The first is from the safety term, the second is from the least urgency of its existence, and the third, we as the government will provide better option and better solution to replace zoo. Jump to the first arguments. From the safety terms, animals naturally live in wildlife, like in forest or sea. By making them living in an artificial place called zoo, it affects their natural skill to survive, looking for food, or maybe to save their kids from predator. They should be living, exploring the forest, and not to be in small cage being fed every day, being watched by people every day, being an amusement, and they don't get any single benefit from it. In reality, we see many zoos don't treat their animals well. Many of them are not being fed properly, or maybe the cage is not as big as it should, or as natural as it should. It is ironic how we, humans, pay for going to a place where tortured animals are being forced to entertain us, entertain humans, and they don't even get any single benefit from it. Some zoos even indirectly killed their animals, while the said first purpose of zoo is to take care of them. How do they be responsible for things like that? How do they be responsible for an accident happen to animals in our country? Well, we have to preserve our animals. Things like that show that zoo is far away from the first purpose of taking care of animals and be educational place for kids, for students. We as the government see, like the purpose of zoo now is to make them sources of money. And what kind of education they will serve to our kids? What kind of education they will serve with this kind of situation, with this kind of condition? To kill livings around us because they are not as important? Then how for our kids nowadays, then how for our kids to be educated like that, to be educated to be arrogant and to be not empathic to other livings? How do we as the government, as the society, want our kids to be in the future? How do we want our kids to do in the future? How do we want our kids to think, to make decision with the education like this? The second, the least urgency of the existence of zoo. As what the government said before, that maybe we make zoo as an educational place where kids from many schools learn about science and learn about animals there. It is 2024. We have many more advanced and more technology-based medium to learn, and zoo now is too traditional for kids nowadays. Who kids in the world that learn something from zoo? Aren't they just having fun in the zoo and just making that refreshing event? Nobody, no kids in this world going to the zoo, taking a lesson from there and really take it as an opportunity to learn something new. They're just having fun there, getting some picnic time and joking around with their friends, and the teachers are not even observing anything from the zoo, and they don't result in any beneficial thing. We can learn anything from educational platforms and videos now because it is 2024. and sacrificing animals' life for the sake of this country's education is not very unthoughtful. It is very unthoughtful and unwise regulation made by a government. Rather than sacrifice another living to advance our people, we can use another way, and we, as the government, provide two solutions for this, which is the first, learn from advanced videos provided in the internet, as we have said before, and the second is learn with animal look-like imitation. So rather than going to zoo paying for it and wanting to take a lesson from there, it is better to give our kids, our children, real education, put an effort to buy some some animal imitation, and really give them the education they deserve. And the third point, if we abolish zoos, then how do animals being preserved? We as the government side provide two solutions. The first is strengthen the regulation of animal product and make the sanction even more burdening, like a big number of charge or anything. This is a thing we could do before any bad thing happened, so that we don't need to put so much effort to take care of some rare animal. But if the first point is not going to work, we can jump to the second solution, which is make an artificial place that looks and feels like forest, not zoo. This is an artificial place that looks and feels like forest, and it is only for preserving rare animal without any public access and without any educational purpose. It is not only for preserving rare animals. That is, and provide a better and more natural place to keep some particular animals to save their lives, not to entertain humans or get money from them. So the first purpose of this is really for preserving our animals and not making it an educational place, even if it seems good to make an educational place for kids to learn animals, but this place is not for education. Education is better with our solution that have been said last time, by learning from advanced videos and learn with an imitation animal. But this place, this artificial forest place, is not for education. It is only for preserving animals. Provide a better and more natural place to keep some particular animals to save their lives, not to entertain humans or get money from them. And put experts and animal caretaker there and make sure they live and grow well. To sum up, we believe that building zoo is a better way to preserve our animals and protect the nature like how it is first created. We are very proud to propose.